Okay, so my webcam is being a real bitch, so I'm gonna try and like run through this ban list discussion as fast as possible. Oh shit, camera angle. I don't want you guys to get like a bunch of glare. You're gonna see like some glare from the light right above me, like on this part of my head. Anyways, there it is. There's that glare. Anyways, ban list discussion. Okay, we're gonna run through this. Maybe not even complete sentences. Glow up bulb. Okay, glow up bulb. Dragon rulers. Glow up bulb. We have the plant engine back. Hooray! The soul charge is limited to 1, but that's later. Okay, we have the chaos dragons that everyone's using in Shadalls right now, and those are basically replacements for Tengu, except you get to run 6 of them, or like 4 to 6 of them instead of 3 of them, which is like super cool, because basically we don't have, you know, like that many reborn Tengu, but we basically have something that does the same thing as Tengu. You can play plant synchro now. You can do it. You can play Tengu plants. Yeah, fun times. Play Curry Bandit in that shit. I don't know. Do stuff. What else? Let's move on to the next thing. Infernity Archfiends. I was trying to record like a big long speech about Infernities, but I'm gonna simplify it. Fuck you, Infernities. All that deck does is skew the format. All it does is just like make everyone have to play Max C, and when nobody plays Max C or Valor, oh yes, I win Infernities. It's just like Infernity Whack-A-Mole. Every format. It tops, but then it doesn't top, and it tops, and then it doesn't top, because everyone is changing their choices just for Infernity. And it's like the Dark World that's actually good. It's hard to describe, but I'm just glad that now we don't have to worry about Infernity as a force in the metagame anymore. It's just, it's too much. It was too much. Next thing, Regeki. Oh boy. Did you play Dark Hole? No. Are you gonna play Regeki? No. That's the long and short of it. Like monsters replace themselves. Monsters have protection effects. There are so many reasons. Like, imagine like you're playing Burning Abyss and you just play Regeki, you blow away like 3 Dantes, and they still go like plus bazillion. Like, you get nothing. You might want to side deck it. Like, it might be good against some things in the side deck, but realistically, like Regeki, I don't know. Regeki's just not that good. It'll be good if you ever play like people trying to play like stuff from older formats like Fire Fist. Or maybe it'd be good against like artifacts or like decks that like try and set up Constellar Pallades. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's terrible, but it's not the best thing in the world. Let's talk about the next thing. Soul Charge being at 1. Yeah, a lot of people are saying like, oh, now it's just a SAC card, but I'm kind of glad that I'd rather have it be like a SAC card. I kind of agree that it should be banned, but like I'd rather have it be a SAC card than a card that people are allowed to build around. You know, like Soul Charge is an archetype. Like, Soul Charge is an archetype. You have Soul Charge Sylvans, you have Soul Charge Shadalls, you have Soul Charge Dragon Rulers. It's not. Those decks aren't the decks. Those decks are decks that play Soul Charge, and now you don't have Soul Charge decks anymore. Then I didn't think Soul Charge decks were that fun. I didn't think Soul Charge decks were that skillful. They basically just put everything in the grave, get it back, and win. I don't think that that's the best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I never really liked it because it was so passive. Like, well, I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's not aggressive enough. I like creating card advantage through battle and through interacting with my opponent, and not just kind of sitting here and waving my hands and doing everything all on my own, doing my own little song and dance. I don't like decks. I mean, I don't like when decks do that in Yu-Gi-Oh. I think that there should always be at least a little bit of a reactive element. Like, at least in the sense that you should be like rewarded for killing their stuff. Let's see. Super polymerization. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is that like super polymerization was always kind of really way too good. It's just that there were never any good decks to like. Sure, it was always really good, but there were never any decks that actually let it be that good, let it be as good as it could be. And now that we have Shadalls, and like you can send away Shadalls and then get their effects when they're sent to the graveyard by a card effect because you used it for Super Poly. Like, now Shadalls have the tools to make Super Poly a good card. and now that it's living up to its fullest potential, it's too good. I mean, it was always, and the mechanic of like not letting your opponent respond to it at all is just, it's just not very fun. Also, if like Elder God Nodin comes over here, I don't want to deal with like having my opponent Elder God Nodin away like two of my XYZs, like with Super Poly and get free shit on my turn, and I can't even do anything about it because that card's that dumb. Yeah, that's basically it for Super Poly. I'm glad it's limited to 1. I don't want to have to deal with that inconsistent base, since Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind is relevant, because Blackwings are relevant. Gores is, I mean, I guess it's good for like Frognark. Most people think Frognark's shitty. I guess they might be right. It's good for like Lightsworns, maybe some random Chaos decks. It's not going to do much, but I mean, it's nice. Ceasefire, I think Ceasefire is more relevant than people are making it out to be. I mean, Chainburn, yes, but I mean, like, think about Shaddolls are one of the biggest decks of the format, and they're a deck composed almost entirely of flip effect monsters. And now that Soul Charge is gone, people aren't really going to be playing that Lightsworn variant that Patrick Hogan was playing. They're going to go back to like more stereotypical versions of the deck. And Ceasefire allows you to negate all your opponent's flip effect monsters all at once, and then burn them for damage. So, and then you can just run over them in battle really easily. So it's, I think, don't underestimate Ceasefire as a card to be played in something that's not like Burn. You could even play like a Satellar Knight Burn deck, and then like use Ceasefire as a tech card against Shaddolls. I think it's good. Transmigration Prophecy is almost entirely irrelevant. Now we have like DD Crow that hits 2 things, like in trap card form, but we already had that. I think it's called like a DD Crevice. This shuffles them back in the deck, but you can do your own, guys. It's a little bit more versatile and more combo oriented than that DD Crevice or whatever, but realistically, it's not going to do anything. And then Unlimited, we got the Coach Soldier Wolfbark. I mean, like, +1 Fire Fist is a pretty decent deck, but if you think about it, think about it on a fundamental card economy level, it's just not as good as Satellar Knights are. So, like, that's fine. Magician of Faith, it's not going to do anything, but it'll be really fun for people who want to port over old like legacy decks, or sorry, I'm used to the Magic lingo, old like decks like Go Control, and people who want to like try and apply those things in the new metagame. I mean, I don't think it's like ultra competitive, but I think it'll allow those decks to compete on a local level and allow you to have some fun with it. That's what it's all about. Formula Synchron. Yeah, Formula Synchron, not really a problem. I mean, like, you only need 1 Formula Synchron to make Quasar, and almost all the good Quasar combos involve 1 Formula Synchron. Now you're just using Formula Synchron to make other synchros, so that you can, you're able to like break even in terms of card economy, which is a good thing. Like synchro decks have been lagging behind in terms of like how they function on a card economy level, and they need to catch up. Because I like synchro better than Pendulum or XYZ or any of that, and I want them to catch up. And Formula Synchron's a good way for some synchro decks that play level 1s and level 1 tuners to sort of kind of keep up in terms of card economy. So it's a good thing. And we've got Formula Synchron and Reinforcement of the Army. Yeah, Reinforcement of the Army. 3 of it. I mean, Noble Knights. I mean, you're gonna see mid-route like all the time for days, but I mean, nobody gives a fuck about Noble Knights. I mean, it makes Satellar Knights slightly more consistent, but Satellar Knights were already really consistent. You can basically make them as consistent as you want them to be. But it helps Satellar Knights. Battling Boxers. I mean, I used to play Battling Boxers. I still have the whole deck shell. My friends have been playing it with me at home, and it's a fun deck. I don't think it's like ultra competitive, but if you look at it on a card economy level, it has a few things, not like a bunch of things. It has a few things going for it that set it aside from Satellar Knights, that I can make level 8 synchros with Mass Chameleon. So it's not like the best, but it's got enough that makes it different from Satellar Knights that I think it's still valid as like a tier 2 deck. But yeah, that's the ban list. My thoughts on the ban list. It's not like a revolutionary ban list. I like these small ban lists. I don't like it when everyone just gets blown out of the water and everything that you love about the game is just destroyed every like 6 months. I want to be able to play the old decks that I've always played. This lets me do that. Like, I can play some more stuff. I mean, sorry Infinity players, I'm sorry you can't fuck me first turn anymore. I'm so sorry that you don't get that joy, like that perverted joy. But I guess you're just gonna have to let that go and maybe play a plant synchro or play something that, you know, isn't Infernity. But besides Infernity, like this list does so much for so many other decks. It's pretty cool. Well, not so much, but it does enough for other decks. So yeah, that's it. Have a good one, guys. Hope you like this video. I hope I have given you a friend through the internet, shared my Yu-Gi-Oh expertise and whatever. I don't know. Now I'm just bullshitting. But yeah, have a good one, guys.